This morning, Ukrainian claims of a dramatic attack at Chernobyl, just as President Trump enters negotiations over the Russia-Ukraine war. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy saying that a Russian drone hit the nuclear power plant, the site of the world's worst nuclear disaster. Authorities at this point saying there does not seem to be a breach of the radioactive material container. Russia says it would not carry out strikes on nuclear facilities. Still, the strike comes just after President Trump signaled a sympathetic tone toward Russian President Vladimir Putin in negotiations over the war, saying he trusts the Russian leader after their call this week.
I know him very well. Yeah, I think he wants peace. I think he would tell me if he didn't.
Zelenskyy says he will not accept any deal without Ukrainian input. President Trump and Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth have suggested Ukraine will likely have to give up some of its territory that Russia has seized. Earlier, the president offering an olive branch, insisting Russia should rejoin the G7 that represents the world's most advanced economies, more than a decade after it was expelled for annexing that territory.
I'd love to have him back.
When pressed by NBC News, the president didn't identify anything Russia would have to give up.
Maybe Russia will give up a lot. Maybe they won't.
But today, Vice President J.D. Vance, who's set to meet with world leaders in Munich, expressed strong support for Ukraine in a new interview with the Wall Street Journal, saying that if Russia doesn't negotiate in good faith, sending U.S. troops to Ukraine is on the table, along with economic sanctions. It comes as the president is targeting some of America's top trading partners with a sweeping reciprocal tariff plan that would tax foreign goods at the same level other nations tax U.S. products.
They charge us a tax or tariff, and we charge them.
Now dismissing worries about the impact of new tariffs.
Jobs are going to go up, and prices could go up somewhat short term, but prices will also go down.
A bit more now on Russia and Ukraine. There have been competing messages from the Trump administration. While Vice President Vance today said U.S. troops to Ukraine remains on the table, just this morning, the Pentagon Secretary Pete Hegseth said he does not believe U.S. troops will be on the ground in Ukraine. And also this morning, a top Republican senator, the chair of the Armed Services Committee, criticized Hegseth for saying this week that a return to Ukraine's pre-war borders was unrealistic. Senator Roger Wicker telling Politico those comments were a, quote, rookie mistake. Savannah and Craig.
All right, Peter, thank you so much for that. No doubt that will be a big part of the conversation. Quick programming note, Kristen Welker will be sitting down with the aforementioned president of Ukraine, Zelenskyy, in Munich. She'll have that exclusive conversation Sunday on Meet the Press.
Hey, thanks for watching. And don't forget, you can catch the Today Show every morning on NBC or take Today when you're on the go. Just follow the Today podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen.